Hi, Arsenal fans. Today, I'm going to be looking at another one of our wide options that we've been looking at. That's Yeremy Pino. So let's get into it. Okay, so Pino is a 19-year-old right-sided wide player, more of a winger than an inverted kind of wide player or an inside forward. Likes to go down the outside of the defender much more often than he does like to come inside. Um, Very right-footed. Even when playing on the left-hand side, can go down the outside on the left. Not as effective with it, but as much as possible, kind of would like to come in and play on his right foot. He's a little bit of a rookie, hasn't really played many games, got about 80 games under his belt, but has some Champions League and Europa League experience, obviously with Villarreal having got to the Champions League final fairly recently. Yeremy Pino's output hasn't been too bad. You're looking at roughly on average 5 goals a season, 2 assists a season. Bearing in mind he's only been playing for 3 years. It's not a bad output. He's a player who likes to shoot, maybe doesn't get to shoot as often as he would like. He's averaging 1 goal in every 4 shots at the moment, and so seeing as he's averaging sort of roughly 5 goals a season at the moment, you can see that his role in the team isn't so much about the scoring. And again, I mentioned earlier, he's a bit more of a winger, likes to stay kind of a little bit outside, go down the outside and supply. So it'd be interesting to see what exactly his role would be coming into an Arsenal team. Personally, I don't think he's as dynamic as what we have. He's definitely not as dynamic as Martinelli. Doesn't seem like a player who can pick up the ball and run with real power and real pace and really put defenders on the back foot, not just through the dribbling ability, but then also through that power. I also wouldn't quite put him anywhere near the level of Saka. I think Saka's definitely far more polished, far more accomplished. And I would also say the same of Neto. I think Neto, who's played a lot of Premier League football, is definitely a much more polished, stronger, more influential player. What I like about Pino is he has an eye for a pass. He a bit more of a creator, so somebody who will go down the outside of a player and look to cross. Decision making, he's very young, so sometimes the cross isn't exactly where you kind of want it to be, or he might choose the wrong option every now and again. But generally, when he comes inside a little bit more, he does have a bit of an eye for a pass, can slide the ball in, and can drop one into areas that can cause problems. He's also a player I find that looks to combine, looks to connect a lot more than the likes of Mudryk, for example, who I've done a video of recently. I think he is somebody that looks to involve other players and has a little bit of intelligence by understanding that by dropping it into a player here, drawing players out of position, defensive players out of position to come and press new areas, we can then look to move the ball in behind. So I think he's definitely one for the future. Very bright future ahead of him. I like him as an exciting prospect for the future of the game generally. It'd be interesting to see him moving into the Spain national team. Looking to see what he does with his club and if he gets a bigger move in Spain. But he's not at the level for me of a Saka, of a Martinelli. Looking at the players that we're looking at, Neto, Mudryk, I don't think he's at that level, and so for me, I would pass if the decision was mine. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video. Please like and share. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. There's more coming, lots more videos coming. I've also got the podcast, which is going out weekly at the moment. So please subscribe, and don't forget to click that bell so you get notifications about when new videos pop up. All that is left to say, come on, you Gunners! Very right-footed, even when playing on the left-hand side. Can go down the outside on the left. Not as effective with it, but as much as possible, kind of would like to come in and play on his right foot. He's a little bit of a rookie. Hasn't really played many games. He's a little bit of a rookie, hasn't really played many games, got about 80 games under his belt, but has some Champions League and Europa League experience. Obviously, with Villarreal having won the Europa League fairly recently. With Villarreal having got to the Champions League final fairly recently. Oh.